Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
Normal people, if it's a bad shit, no one cares. It's these guys that are like cultural crusaders that want to watch this shit and tell you how bad it is. And make a name for themselves on the strength of that.
And weren't these same guys dick riding Joker? Which clearly had elements to reflect our society of today. It wasn't really like a Joker movie. It really wasn't. So, like...
Here's the thing. Nerdrotic's a fucking idiot. Nerdrotic doesn't see it that way. Nerdrotic just sees themes that he likes. He's like, yo, I thought it was a great movie. He doesn't realize that that's part of society. He only sees the things he doesn't like that they're trying to highlight from society onto film. And he only and then like he'll harp on obvious shit like Jack Reacher, man, like yo, he's gonna go into some fucking idiot territory. He's like, what do you say? Hollywood needs to go through the process Twitter went through, where like it was cesspool, it's terrible. Now Elon's fixed. Like, bro, like his narratives, like he makes the boys seem smart, bro. Like, as underhanded as the shit the boys are saying, his is worse.
Alright. We are now going to watch Nerdrotic. And, well, I haven't seen this yet. Anthony has. Just gonna let this be a surprise. I guess I call this reviewing the reviewers. But, let's watch it. Let's riff. Let's see what, Fuckboy 1, Fuckboy 2, and Sexy Asian Woman have to say. Here we go.
This is why it was so funny. I actually thought Campia was trolling. Okay. when he put
John
up,
Campia.
He put up a live stream that said D23 embarrasses Hall H. I'm like, come on, you're trolling, buddy.
Comic-Con. Okay.
You got to be kidding.
Yeah.
In a year filled with repurposed shows, prequels, and sequels, what did Disney announce, Chris?
Not much.
Repurposed shows, prequels, and sequels. Toy Story 5.
Oh, what the fuck is that on my screen?
We're going on grandchildren now. We're going on like a third generation of kids for these toys. Oh God.
No, it was sad, really, and the fact.
Not the biggest fan of Toy Story. I get it, the sentimentality, the family love story, family, feel good, coming of age story thing, cool, but. I've never been into Toy Story really, except when I was like a little kid. That is it.
I don't even think then I liked it.
It's just the Buzz Lightyear toy thing I think I had.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
That was dope. Yeah, but besides that.
Yeah. Anyways, here we go.
The fact that the stock is a reflection of confidence.
Yes.
Right? The stock price. And in spite of two big wins, Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine, there's no confidence in the future.
No,
that's why the stock price is in the 80s.
By the way, they're not talking about critical success. They're talking about box office success, as in they're selling tickets. It's not about the quality.
You're about to get wrecked. Just press play. You're about to get wrecked.
Fuck.
So
no, what we said before Deadpool and Wolverine, which I liked, 7 out of 10, sticking with it. But over time, it'll be seen for what it was. It was just a gimmick, but it was a gimmick done well because Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, they carried that movie on their back. They did.
Wait. The movie's a gimmick. I called it a gimmick as well because I'm like, oh, this is just to shovel in properties that they haven't used for a while, or cameos, or to give a future glimpse into the Marvel universe. That's all it was. The script was dog shit. The acting, why would we need to talk about the acting at all? Other than moments of Hugh Jackman was all right. But overall, the movie sucked ass. It really did suck ass. I'm sure the comic book people loved the cameo moments. Because it couldn't be the story. So it must be the cameo moments. I'm sure they love seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, even though they had him for years and years with a lot of bad movies there. There's a lot of bad fucking movies that guy's in as Wolverine. But all of a sudden, he's gone for 5 years. Like, oh my God, we need fucking Hugh Jackman back. And wow, it feels good, so good to see him. Like he was here 5 years ago, not that long ago. But whatever. So, okay, I get it. The sentimentality for Hugh Jackman and I guess cameos. Is that enough to be critically successful? Fuck no.
Apparently it is.
Fuck no. A 7 out of 10. Like he said, the script sucks. I watched his review. He said the script fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So like,
But his whole thing is they went back to the dominant white man actor. I'm telling you, bro, it's fucking caveman thinking.
oh man.
Everything he said, everything you just said, doesn't add up to a 7 out of 10.
Exactly.
Yet he justifies it. So what's the justification behind it? Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds.
Well, Ryan Reynolds was
Dave
horrible
Marvel.
in the movie. Like he was over the top. In fact,
He was
my-
over the top, bro, a lot.
yes, my favorite scene in that movie is when Wolverine's like, "Yo, do you shut up? Yo, shut the fuck up, dude." Like the whole movie, yappity yappity, yappity, shut the fuck up. Your jokes land more when you give them space and time in between them. He's just nonstop, go, 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 and it's like Wolverine's like, "Yo, shut the fuck up, dude." Like, there's nothing about you to take serious. Like, and then what was Ryan Reynolds' response or Deadpool's response? Now I have to fight you. And they have another slow motion pop music playing. Or a quirky or ironic pop music playing, and a
You know what's
fucking death
crazy?
battle.
You know what's crazy? This movie reminded me a lot of the first Suicide Squad, with the music playing it over and over. Obviously, that I don't even know. Is that movie that much worse than this one?
I think they're close. I think they're
They're
close.
close, right?
Yes.
That's already bad. If they're let's say that it is worse, but they're close. That's already bad.
I'll say this: Suicide Squad's script is more coherent than this fucking mess, than Deadpool and
Yeah.
Wolverine by a lot, I think. And for him to say like this should blow your mind as an audience. If someone says, "Yo, the script sucks," like what? How do you make a movie? Well, you need writers, directors, actors, right? For the main for the main core of it, right? The writing is dictating what the actors are doing, right? What they're saying, and maybe even how they're doing it a little bit, like how they're supposed to look on their face, and so you can put that into your screenplay. So to say, and the director is following the script and putting people in places. So if the writing's shit, everything else ultimately is going to suffer badly. Acting can sometimes shine through. You can get cool sequences of aesthetics by directors. But if the story is not there, it's no longer a good movie. Like, there's no way to get around bad writing. There's no way around it. So I'm like wondering, I assume his average score would be like 5, like for an average movie, 5 out of 10 would be average. Right? Like, oh, that means it's a mediocre movie. It's just mid, super mid. He gave it a 7 out of 10. I need to know what his scaling is for that, but like
All he needed for that score was Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman to show up. That's all he needed.
exactly, it was like predetermined before the movie fucking came out, unless it was like super duper like Morbius level shitty. Like, if it was that level shitty, then he'd have to say something. But it was enough pop music, slow motion. They kill Zack Snyder for doing slow motion scenes over and over and over again. What the fuck was Deadpool doing? Slow motion scene over and over and over with ironic pop music. Play fucking Madonna or Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or whatever. It's like, and they get away with it. And the joke, like the joke, he said, I think he said it as well. The jokes didn't land. Maybe 1 or 2 landed, but the rest are like you're doing so many of them that it's like a lot of shit's just falling by the fucking wayside. The only thing that gave you some sense of levity was Hugh Jackman. And he only had moments of it.
Only things he needed to happen in the movie happened. He needed the heterosexual dominant white male to lead the show, and he needed it to not have any social commentary. Just be mindless, stupid, action movie. That's what he wanted. That's his barometer. don't put politics in the shit unless I like it. Unless I like it, then you can put it in. But if you don't, I don't like it. Don't put it in.
The shit in the movie is they are politicking, just not politics. They're politicking, no. Right? What is a lot of Ryan Reynolds jokes were like talking about the old Marvel universe. Like, oh, it used to be good, now it sucks. Oh, we're doing too many multiverses. It's too much. Like he's doing meta comments on, the way Disney's been falling down with Marvel.
That falls in line with his Nerdrotic's own rhetoric.
Exactly, but is that enough for a fucking entire movie? He doesn't even do it the whole movie. It's just portions of it. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's low hanging fruit of statements from the movie. But whatever. That's all I say. People who like Deadpool, I'm sure your reasons are gonna. If you like the movie, I'm sure it's about cameos, seeing Wolverine again, and some of the jokes again about Disney. Other than that, like, what's left? So please see my perspective with that. Look at the rest of the movie and tell me it's not a piece of shit. It's a shitty fucking movie. Is it the worst thing ever? Is it Trap? No, but it fucking sucks. It really does. It's a shitty movie, man. I didn't even review that thing on our channel, but there you go. For me, I give that shit a 6 out of 10. That's well below average for me. It's not Trap, but it fucking sucks. For sure. Especially, God, the mind-melting marketing they're doing with inside the movie that they're hiding behind jokes is crazy to me. But people fall for that. It is what it is. Let's keep it moving. Here we go.
No freaking story. It had
has a movie 7 out of 10. With no
nowhere
story.
near the heart Deadpool 1 and 2 did. And we had
Deadpool
a
2
nice long
sucked, too.
discussion on Unreal.
Not as bad as this
yesterday.
one, but it sucked.
It's funny. We didn't talk about anything in the title of the live stream.
That was a great discussion.
It was like an hour and a half long, and it started when Mahler said it was Ahsoka was better than Deadpool and Wolverine. I just went, but he was trying to talk about a specific episode, and we had a great discussion about it. We won't get into it. It was fun. Go watch it later.
I saw portions. Mahler ripped the fucking movie apart, which he's
what I
supposed
used to do every day in my comic store.
Somehow Dick writing.
I used to referee that stuff.
House of
And like I
Dragon.
said before, I was really bad at it. But yeah. Inside Out 2, which is a big hit. It's got lots of legs and everything. You don't hear a bunch of people talking about it, but that's kind of normal for a kid's movie.
Well,
if it's a good,
he's gonna. That's what I'm telling you. What his barometer for a good kids movie is mindless, stupid, fucking plot that entertains you, and you forget about it as soon as you walk out of the theater. That's what he's gonna say is his barometer. That's why it's a good film. Because you go, you watch it, and then you don't talk about it after you leave the film. That shit is crazy, bro. It should tell anyone that likes this guy, like, yo, it's the blind leading the blind with this guy.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now, I've never seen any of the Inside Out movies, but the idea of it sounds good. Like, oh, it's your internal psychological archetypes playing, like, oh, here's anger, here's sadness, here's happiness, or whatever the fuck it is in the movie. Something about like the internals of someone kind of having their own individual roles and be characters. I'm like, oh, I like that idea. Especially like for a kids movie, that's fucking awesome. The kids can fucking peep what that is. Kids aren't stupid. I'm like, okay, that could be a good idea. But these fools, I haven't heard them say anything that sounds about the movie. It's everything around the movie. Like ticket sales, or like you're saying, like something you could just, there's no politics in it, so I just turn my brain off, and I'll feel good when I walk out of the theater, like I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I took the kids, they had a fun time, we left. They babysitted my kids for 2 hours.
That's a sad, sad way to watch movies, in my opinion. That's why I'm like, yo, people, fucking wait till you find greatness, or like try, like, if it's not, something good, like, tell it the fuck off, man. Don't give any room to anyone. But whatever. Here we go.
kids movie, It's the family went, we had a good time. We had some popcorn. Well, we'll get it on DVD and we'll show it to them later, maybe, whatever. That's what a Pixar movie is not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be talking about gender or after school special about, menstruation or whatever the fuck. That's not what a Pixar movie is supposed to be. It's supposed to be just fun with the family. And that's what we talk about mainly when we stay in like our lane.
Yeah, but what if, because there's a lot of kids movies that have traditional love stories, right? Like Lion King has Simba and whatever the girl's name is, right? What if it was Simba and Bob the Lion? He'd have a fit, right? He'd have a fucking fit. Where they're not talking about menstruation. They're not talking about fucking each other. They're just like, oh, they're just in love.
He'd have a fit.
He'd have a fucking fit.
So. I'd say so. Yeah, he'd have a big fucking fit.
So people like I'm not some sort of quote unquote SJW or anything like that where we need to like make everything gay, make everything black, make everything great multicultural. I'm not thinking that way. But at the same time, like don't be a fucking hypocrite. If something's a simple love story and it's gay, interracial, whatever the fuck, trans, like if you say something about it, but you love, Simba and the girl lion, whatever her fucking name is, Nala, what's her name? Neela? Let's call her Beyonce. Simba, if you're okay with Simba and Beyonce, then you're a fucking hypocrite. If you, fucking throw dirt at one and cheer for the other. Because that's part of the point of what they're doing, like, what I think the real motherfuckers are doing. When they make movies, and they're like, no, I want like an all gay cast or something, or an all black cast. Like people that are like legitimately doing that, that's what they're doing. They're like, yo, why are you looking at this sideways when it's the same fucking story you're used to? It's just this person's aging now. Like you shouldn't even like blink an eye at it. I think that's part of their point. Until you get that, you're gonna be stuck with shit, right? And corporate people trying to hijack that idea and use it against you, try to mind melt you into something. So. Anyways,
we're talking about tentpole, big budget movies.
Don't be a hypocrite, people.
No qualms criticizing a $1 billion multinational corporation that spends hundreds of millions of dollars that could feed a lot of kids in Africa. Am I right, Red Letter Media? Fucking up 3 ways to...
What was that comment? What was that? You know what that is?
I think he mean... I don't. I think he means, like, they talk about how much money they spend on these stupid Star Wars movies. That's what I got from it, but I really don't know. I could be totally wrong about that.
Okay.
I'd be lying if I knew for a fact.
Sounds sarcastic, so I'm like, okay, what's he fucking
Yeah,
saying?
that's what. Yeah, it does sound sarcastic.
All right, whatever.
But I feel like I've heard that dude Mike say that about like these stupid CGI Star Wars movies.
All right, here we go.
Sunday, an easy lay like Star Wars and Mad Max and it's phenomenal that they continue to fuck up this much. It's incredible. It's unthinkable that James Cameron comes out and says, I want to make more Terminator after Dark Fate, a story that he wrote. That first 5 minutes where John Connor gets murdered.
I agree with him here.
Is his idea. Was his.
Killing John Carter?
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like the whole movie. It's not just that. I didn't like the whole movie. I didn't like the movie before that. The last movie I liked was the Salvation, right?
The Christian Bale one?
Yeah.
I kind of like that one too. But I
didn't like Terminator 3. That was a waste of time.
It's on TV all the time, so I kind of watched it. I was like,
Yeah. Claire Danes, but it's a mess. That movie's also a mess.
Yeah, it is. But, yeah, for me, yes, I can be sad. Like, if they do a Batman movie and they kill Batman in the first 5 minutes, I'll be like, what the fuck, man? But I'll still judge it as a movie as I see it. It's not this weird fandom thing. Like, this guy's not a fan of film. He's a fan of certain parts of characters. Yeah. Lore. He's a lore fan.
Yeah, everything is lore with this guy. That's true, though. Everything is lore.
No,
which
for
is
me.
what makes this guy on the right interesting, and a lot of these guys, Mahler, where it's like, dude, you guys clearly saw a lane and you're in it. You're in this guy's world now.
Congratulations.
Where they're gonna talk about Lord of the Rings, and this guy's like, yeah, I don't really know anything about it, but which, to be fair, is a good point. But when you see the Peter Jackson trilogy and then you see what's come after that, it's like it's hard not to delineate one's way better than the rest. Which is I would agree with that statement.
Okay.
But then it's like I can't. But at the same time, I'm not gonna let these fucking nerd lord motherfuckers run my fucking my I would gatekeep better, but in a better way, gatekeep what's good or not going forward. I don't go fuck what happened in the books. I didn't read them. You present me a story, I'll judge it as is.
Oh, and guess what? The shit you were saying before, Anthony, about like we need like a Elon Musk of Hollywood to go in there and change it.
Yeah,
They will be 100%. Guys like this will be 100% gatekeepers at that point because
yeah.
the fans already built him up to this thing, right? Now people
They
are looking
did.
to his opinion.
Undeserving. Yeah, undeserving.
Yes, so they'll be looking to his opinion. Like, oh, this guy's like a voice for these people that are frustrated about,
Yeah,
Disney movies.
I didn't think of that, but yeah, you're right.
And then boom, he becomes when he starts reviewing movies, and he's like, "Oh, this movie's gonna suck," without even seeing it yet. Based on a trailer, this movie's
Yeah.
gonna suck. Like, why? They got two Asian women making out in the trailer. It's gonna be bad. It's like, guess what? There's your gatekeeper. Guy was like, "Let's be real." I'm like, "Yo, man, hey, give me a story concept for a movie." He might struggle for long periods of time. Give me something that's beyond cliche. He might struggle giving something beyond cliche and tropes. He might be because like, where's the creativity, right? If this guy becomes your fucking gatekeeper, you're not gonna like it. Enjoy Back to the Future 50 million different
It'll be
times.
too late by then. I mean, at a certain point, they'll turn on him too.
Well, yeah. Point is, like, you don't want any period of this idea or this guy fucking running shit like that.
Because this is the best honeymoon period for him. He makes money. He has a mass following. But like he has no like there's no win-loss record with him.
Yeah.
He can say whatever he wants, be right, be wrong. Some people will agree, some people will disagree. Most probably will agree in his sphere,
Yeah.
but there's no tangible consequences for him. That shit you're talking about, like he attaches himself to something, then immediately he's getting looked at differently.
Yeah.
And I don't think it would affect his body. Like that dude John Campea. It's like, oh, this at a certain point, like yeah, like you're clearly he's in a different status than this guy because he's the anti. Oh, I'm gonna be Chris Stuckman or John Campea and just give you a
Yeah.
bland review every time, but I'm gonna get these special perks.
Yes.
Whereas like this guy, he's validated because he started from nothing. He rails against Hollywood and all that, and but he'll still dick ride certain shows that were made by the people he's fucking going against. It's crazy, bro. Cause it's like if you go into the whole political discussion and shit, this guy loves capitalism, but capitalism was giving him these shitty ass products. So he has to live within that bounds, and he has to find masters like Elon or Gina Carano or these like people within the system that he loves, yet gives him shitty fucking product that he himself makes money from too.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, bro. It's like, how are you a nerd? Like, do nerds have no backbone? Like I don't believe that shit. That they don't have no backbone. Where if you give them the right kind of lore, they'll look the other way on shit they would call out. If it agrees with what they're fucking ideology is.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
House of Dragons having Rhaenyra and that girl kiss apparently for no reason. That's what people are saying. They did that. That was an impromptu decision
she's tired of the men in her
while
life, bro.
filming. What happened?
She's tired of the men in her life.
She's tired of the men. Like it's funny how in that context it's not a problem.
Well, it's just done in a way where they don't fucking notice it.
They don't notice that shit, but it's weird with this guy. That show is weird. This guy is weird with that show where no, and everybody's like, people starting to call him out on that shit. Like, no. You'll see what's coming. You'll see what's coming. He keeps looking forward. Like, nah. Him and that dude Ryan can. You'll see what's coming. You'll see what's coming. It's around the corner. It's around the corner.
Andre the waiter. Oh man. Actually, you bringing up John Campea is probably, or Chris Stuckman, or guys like those were the gatekeepers, and they've been
Jeremy
overthrown.
Johns.
They've been overthrown. Jeremy Johns keeps his status, but the other guys are like kind of overthrown. These are the guys that get to go to they get to see the movies earlier. They get which means their reviews get out earlier, and they're like they're the gatekeepers between you and the fucking film itself, right?
And he's made himself the anti that. But at a certain point, the rubber meets the road. Is he gonna start doing that shit?
I mean,
He doesn't have to now. But he's like, he's been going to Comic-Con, and he's like, and it's all under the guise of in a Hollywood nerd kind of way. We're gonna drain the swamp.
Oh Lord.
Where he's there as a counter protest
Yeah.
to all that shit.
My God. Imagine him getting to see Black Swan early and then reviewing it. Just because, like, Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis make out in the movie. It's like, oh, so SJW agenda.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He'd never watch that shit. It's too sophisticated.
He wouldn't watch. I don't think he would. He only wants the Joker because it's part of DC.
Yeah.
He only cares about what's the word? So he only cares about shit with source material from these fucking comic books.
Yeah, like legacy characters is what he cares about, bro. Like Indiana Jones. It doesn't have to be comic books. Indiana Jones or fucking Marty McFly. Fucking all this shit.
What do they all have in common?
Spielberg.
No, white men. They're white men. That too, probably.
Mediocre scripts that have a lot of adventure in them, so people like it. Commonality, man. Whatever.
Escapism.
Let's keep it moving. Like, don't you want your reviewer not escaping? You want them like entrenched in film, in the idea of film. But whatever. Here we go.
His idea.
Bad idea.
It was a bad idea. So we see this continue. They just continue to fail. So like Marvel, they got a hit. It's $1 billion. Congratulations. They go out in Hall H and they do the very safe thing, but it's not the dumb thing. It really isn't. It's the best they can do.
They've been playing safe
within
for a
the
while
parameters that they have put themselves in. Let's just get the Russos back and RDJ. Let's stop the bleeding, and then maybe later we can regroup. Because the problem is when you play the game of identity politics, it's kind of like the saying, you can vote your way into socialism and communism, but you can't vote your way out. So you've played these identity politics.
I'm stun locked. This guy's a fucking idiot. What the fuck?
I told you this, Jordan. I told you Jordan. I had a banger for you, bro. It only begun. It's only begun.
Oh my God! I gotta rewind. Your mic's fucking up, Trip. By the way, you're trying to say something.
You know,
Yeah.
she's an
Yeah.
expert. Yo, can she see these nuts?
All I heard was D's nuts.
Yeah, the X-ray chick. Can she see these nuts?
I'm sure her glasses are thick enough to see your nuts.
She's
Well, how
bad.
dare
She's bad, Chip. She's bad.
she is bad. I give it to her.
I need to hear this whole fucking spiel again, bro. Alright, here we go.
It's the best they can do within the parameters that they have put themselves in. Is, oh, let's just get the Russos back and RDJ. Let's stop the bleeding, and then maybe later we can regroup. Because the problem is when you play the game of identity politics, it's kind of like the saying, you can vote your way into socialism and communism, but you can't vote your way out. So you've played these identity politics games. You've played these DEI games where you've already had these rules on the books, on your own websites. You're putting creative restrictions on yourselves. You change the rules of the Oscars. These are now laws are fucking changing because of this in California. It's ruining business. It's ruining small business. It's ruining ruined government. It's ruining our schools. It's ruining everything in the fabric of our fucking culture. All right.
Okay, where do I start here with this one?
What is our culture? That's what I want to know.
I know. What is our culture? What does that
Our
mean?
culture, sex and drugs and fucking gun violence. Like, wasn't that what our culture is?
I know. Wasn't government already bad before Disney started putting lesbians in their fucking TV shows? Like, what are we
Pretty
talking about here?
sure the government was giving a lot of people drugs, pumping a lot of drugs into the country.
Well, let me say this to show that this guy, like, here's how he's patently wrong about film in regards to there being different cultures and different races and different identities, where all that shit in their movies. Everything, everywhere, all at once had all those elements, and it's a better movie than Disney's probably ever done, ever. Their entire history of Disney, before DEI, after DEI, it's better than all their fucking movies. Please, someone point out a movie better made by Disney. Please, someone. I dare them to. Point out a movie better than Everything Everywhere All at Once. About an Asian family with a gay daughter. Multicultural out the ass. Tell me. So, and if they actually watch the movie like, that movie sucks, they're probably idiots. I need them to scale that. Okay, if that sucks, then what's good? They probably can't do that for me. So I'll just leave them out of the conversation. For the thinking people out there, please tell me that movie's bad. Yet it has all the elements he just talked about. How about this? Let's say you don't like that, but you're more Christianly, you're more religious. You ever heard of Angel Studios? The guys that make what's that shit called? The Chosen. About the life of Jesus and his well, it's more about his followers. Multicultural out the ass. That same studio made a movie called Cabrini, which I thought was it was excellent. That was pretty good. I'm not gonna say excellent. I thought it was good, above average. The idea was about like, they won't let this woman do anything. Like she's like a strong woman who comes in and tries to change the world, right? And what she meets and she's Italian, in like early years of America, Italian, like 1890 or whatever the fuck, right? Italian immigrants, and they'd be treated like shit, right? Along with the Irish. So she's getting mocked racially and for being a woman, and the story's about her overcoming and doing something good in the world. Heavily Christian leaning, right? She's a Catholic mother or something. Works for the Pope and all that shit. Like, so you have the religious people also doing the mixed idea about women being like having more of a bigger role, or different ideas about racism and all that shit and overcoming it. Like, please tell me. You can find great movies that have all of the elements he's talking about. Maybe not forced by law. That'd be stupid and horrible. But that's not the reason why Disney movies fucking suck. Sorry. Guess what? Infinity War was overrated.
Yeah, they sucked before the whole DEI shit.
Yes.
It's just now it's a bigger eyesore because you don't like the political narratives.
Yes.
But if
And
there is political narratives at all, there probably was then. You just didn't mind them then.
well, let's be honest. What he said about Deadpool and Wolverine about that there's no story and the script sucks. Like, well, that's what they're doing. They're fast fooding your movies.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if it's a strong white male or a strong black female. It doesn't matter. It's fast fooding the movie. It's not giving it to creators, to actual artists. That's your problem. It's not about DI. It's not about having inclusion and identities, different identities in a movie. That has nothing to do with that.
No.
Nothing to do with the fucking quality of the movie. If you focus on that, you're an idiot like him. I just gave you 2 examples. One more religious leaning, one... Well, there's a lot of spirituality and philosophy and everything everywhere all at once. But you're supposed to be different, right? And they have all the multicultural shit in it. Yet, they're good movies. So it has something, they don't have jack shit to do with each other, bro. Quality and identity politics. Right? It's bad script writing is why it sucks. Bad writing is why it sucks. Like, somehow he gave Deadpool and Wolverine a 7 out of fucking 10. Which I assume means, like, pretty good on his scale. Like, how did that mess without a story get a higher grade than something that maybe has a story, but there's different identities in it? The fuck is that? He's an idiot, bro. If you follow him, you're an idiot. You're jumping off the fucking cliff with him. If you love film and you're following him, I wouldn't believe you love film then. I believe you're just a culture warrior dipshit who's trying to grab your fucking, picket line fucking sign. I need something to fight for. I need purpose. So the purpose is not bashing all Disney movies when they put a lesbian in the lead role. It's like, is that your life fucking purpose, you fucking losers? Like, holy shit. That's fucking sad, man. That whole statement you just said is fucking sad. Even the political shit was sad. You buy into socialism, but you can't buy your way out, or whatever the fuck you said. Like, it's nonsense and stupidity, bro. Does that sound like a well-thought-out statement to anyone? Hello, Earth? Like, yo, like... it's ridiculous that someone could just say that with no backing, no detail, no nothing, just a fucking flat statement and get away with that. But it'll work for these idiots. I guarantee it works for them. Holy shit. Anyways. Let's continue. It's fucking idiots. Idiots, bro. Actual
and
dumb
it was
people.
all driven by money, by the way. They thought this was the best way to go. They thought that, but they can't get out of it now. And, like, the market should decide this shit. And that's what's been different
The market-
between from 2016 to now.
So Deadpool and Wolverine should win an Academy Award for Best Picture because they're going to make the most money.
No, you'll see what he means. That's not what he means necessarily. Listen to what the market means to him. The market means fandom, sentiment.
Okay. So then Deadpool and Wolverine should win the Academy Award. My statement stands, Anthony.
I guess you're right.
And Jack Reacher when fucking Emmy daytime, whatever it's called, Emmy Awards. Best television show on planet Earth. All right, here we go.
Between from 2016 to now. What's been different is before the market would decide. We talked about Spider-Man 3, which people look back on a little more fondly than at the time. But it made
sucked.
the most money of any Spider-Man movie at the time, and they got rid of Raimi and Tobey Maguire and reboot because of the fan reaction. Batman versus Superman didn't make $1 billion, should have, but it made $800 million. It made enough money to still exist. They found an excuse to get rid of Zack Snyder. Again, doesn't matter if you make the money. We're looking at dollars and cents. They would listen to the market. They wouldn't always mostly make the right decision, but they would still listen to the market and stop. Star Trek Discovery should have been canceled after the second season. Alex Kurtzman should have been kicked out, but there was all this. It didn't need to make money. It just needed to be on a platform. And Alex Kurtzman gave them a hit with another repurpose show, Hawaii Five-0. So they kept him around to just drive it into the ground. They don't always make the best decisions, but they used to listen to the market. Doctor Who should have been canceled a long time ago. And it almost was. It should be canceled now, but they won't. Marvel should absolutely axe Agatha. I know there's people I like out there who said the Thunderbolts trailer looked good. I was in Hall H when they played it. It was garbage. It's out on the internet. You can see it. It's garbage.
Oh, okay. So it's the market of sentiment from the audience. But don't you want artists who can see a better vision than the fucking audience to make the art? Like, they shouldn't be following strictly dollar signs, in my opinion, for something that's an art form. They shouldn't be following strictly what the audience fucking thinks, because the audience may not know what they fucking want. No one knew what the fucking Dark Knight was till they fucking saw it. No one saw it before. The fucking Matrix. They didn't fucking see it before. It didn't exist yet. Artists had to do that. So someone should have, like, a good eye, like a fucking... Think of it like a movie scout. Or like a director scout or a writing scout. Yeah. Like, yo, we scout these motherfuckers because they have talent. We saw them in the indie circuit where they put out these small films. I'm like, there's quality here. Let's give them a big budget and see what they do with it. That's how you fucking do it. Not let the audience decide. Otherwise, there is no fucking Matrix. You idiot. That'll be a Dark Knight because Batman, right? But it's like, I guess maybe saying put the movie out first and then see the audience reaction. But sometimes there's quality movies that get thrown to the fucking side. Or there's movies that do suck, but they're shitty to people for the wrong fucking reasons, in my opinion. Thus, you may scrap anything that looks like it, just like he's doing with identity politics. Like, oh, they have gay person A and gay person B in this movie. The movie sucks. Meanwhile, it's like, no, it was like, this guy's a first-time writer. This guy doesn't know what he's fucking doing. This director sucks ass. The acting was horrible. The editing was absolutely terrible and dog shit. Like those are the actual reasons why it sucked. But all they see is gay person A and gay person B. Thus, they miss out on everything everywhere all at once. We don't get to see that fucking movie. That fucking epic, great movie. Or they make a woman who stands up to the fucking Pope of... Was it Pope of Rome or whatever? Pope of the Catholic fucking Church. Oh, that wouldn't happen. I mean, it was based on a true story. But whatever. Like, oh, we don't want to see that. They're over-embellishing it. I don't want to see Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She's a Mary Sue. Women can't do that. And you're, like, losing out on quality for the sake of... bullshit, maybe not wannabe gatekeeper, but potentially a gatekeeper. This idiot who knows little to fucking nothing about movies. Anyways, there we go.
Yeah, it was not good. I thought it looked like a TV show.
It did.
It was.
It looked like Agents of Shield.
Dollar
Shield, but not as good. Yeah, Dollar Store Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's it.
Captain African American didn't look good. There was people screaming and hollering, but the enthusiasm went way up when the Russo brothers hit, right?
Yes.
And
I wonder if that's true, or he just heard that in his ears, or he just like heard it in his mind. I think that's what he wanted to hear. I can see that as being true because it's the last legs of, in my opinion, a mediocre storytelling universe. But I guess people, the dweebiness they love, the have fun and take your kids to movies. People liked Infinity War and Endgame. I thought Endgame was really bad, and I thought Infinity War was Avengers 1, though? Avengers 1 is a legit fun movie for me. And so is Civil War, and so is Winter Soldier. Those are fun movies to me. Infinity War and Endgame? I don't know. But the Russos did play a role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'll give them some credit there. But other than that, I don't know them as good filmmakers at all. As great filmmakers, I mean. Maybe at like popcorn level, they're good with some of those movies. But on the epic level, come on, son. Come on, son. But you guys don't want... There's people who are all in love with Marvel Universe don't see those movies, man. They don't watch The Whale, man. They don't watch Aronofsky's fucking movies, bro. They miss out on them. Anyways.
Honestly, with the Fantastic Four footage, people responded to that pretty well because they kept out female Silver Surfer. As soon as that pops up, that's going to be a problem.
He's making that up in his head.
So, yeah.
I have to assume he's making that up in his own mind. If that's true, if they see a female Silver Surfer by an excellent actress, by the way, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, boo! Like, they're going to, like, maybe they will be. Maybe they'll be upset, but that's just that'll just prove my point. Like, you haven't seen her act. You haven't seen her act in this role. You haven't seen her you haven't seen the movie. All you saw is that she has tits and a vagina, and you're upset. That means you're not really a movie fan, bro. You're one of these losers. Straight up, you're one of them. You're not a film fan. You're a fucking Back to the Future fan. A glorified Back to the Future fan.
You're a source material fan.
Like, holy shit. Like, hey, is Silver Surfer out here trying to fuck and shit like that in movies? I haven't seen him try to fuck. So why the fuck does it matter what his fuck if he has a dick or a vagina? He's out here just be like a big baddie or someone who can impending doom person or whatever he does. I think he can be like good or bad. I think the one I saw him in was the Jessica Alba fucking Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And he's like there to like fuck the planet up or something. But he was but he's also had like somewhat of a heart.
He was made to do it. He was made to do it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Either way, was that character like did we need him to have a dick? No.
No.
It had played nothing in his role.
He was a gender neutral character.
Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna say, oh, in the comic books he falls in love with blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, just change around a bit. Who cares?
Isn't he like liquid titanium? What the fuck can he do with a woman?
He can T2 Terminator 2 his dick. 3 feet long. You see that? I'm a Silver fucking Surfer, bro. Check out my dong. Anyways, point is, I don't think the character is meant to be out there fucking anyone, so it doesn't matter what their fucking gender is.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And if you are like, oh, I want like the traditional Silver Surfer, like, fine, I understand, but that does not dictate the quality of the movie. We're watching a movie. We're judging the quality of the movie. It's not a quality judgment of your fantasy of the characters. It's whoever makes it. It's their fantasy. We're trying to see it play out, and does it make sense? Is it critically, good or bad? That's the only thing. But for some reason, I needed to explain that because I guess too complicated. Here we go.
Yeah, they at least recognized there was a problem. For all the people who say, well, Marvel's had hits, you're full of shit, you don't know what you're talking about. Why did they cancel the Eternals? Why are they not going to pick up Echo? Why are they not fast-tracking a Shang-Chi sequel?
Because even though he's not official gatekeeping yet, you're still near the level. What's his name? Gary. You're still fucking near there, bro. You can actually get people to hate things before they see it. You've done it already. You've already done it. Like, this thing's gonna suck. And you get people to fall along. I see them in the fucking chat. Like, yeah. It's gonna suck. Yeah, strong female. It sucks. It's gonna suck. But you also brought a fan base to Reacher. That fucking mediocre Fox 5, mid-2000s Fox 5 TV show. With a little bit more blood and gore. You also boosted that show. I don't know how he doesn't see that. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. If he does see it, he's a fucking shyster. Right? He's a fucking grifter motherfucker. If he doesn't see that, he's an ignoramus. especially small TV shows like fucking Echo or Reacher. You could definitely put them over the hump or push them below it, as far as what the studios are willing to like. Okay, let's greenlight another season. There's not that many people watching in the first place. You can be that bump to where like, hey, we got fucking we got 400,000 people watching Reacher now. Shit, this is greenlight season 2. We didn't expect that. Fuck. I'm just saying. Anyways, here we go.
Anything from Phase 4. Why aren't they fast tracking it? Why did they bring back the Russos? Well, it was over Jonathan Majors. They could have recast Kang. Easy. They've recast Rhodey.
That would look tacky.
Yeah, it'd be very easy to recast Kang,
character.
but they saw a way out and to bring in Doctor Doom, which, some of us were making videos a long time ago going, why do we have America Chavez? Why are we introduced to Echo? Why are we introduced to Miss Marvel, like the 5th or 6th derivative character from Captain Marvel? Like, why do we not have Namor? We still don't, by the way. We still don't. Not Namor.
How do fans feel about Robert Downey Jr. playing a different character? And
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
They could say multiverse all they fucking want. The corporations and the dweebs can say multiverse all they fucking want. But it's still a fucking eyesore. You know him as Iron Man, and now he's a different character who's actually a bad guy. How the fuck is that gonna, like, in our actual universe, that looks stupid. But let's see how they feel about it. Anyways.
I mean, if you allow the Lakers to draft Bronny and tell you he earned it, I mean, anything's possible, bro. Anything is possible at this point.
I mean, yeah, waiting for aliens. So we're in the fucking end times, bro. This is what Nostradamus. They said, "What about this movie? What? The world will end in 2024." Writes it down immediately. Oh shit! There we go.
Why don't we have the Silver Surfer, Norrinrad? Why don't we have fucking Doctor Doom, the biggest villain in all of Marvel? It's not Galactus. It's not Thanos. It's fucking Doctor Doom. So that's a smart move.
No one cares about
fucking
fucking
And they needed
Marvel.
to make some waves. Not saying it's the best decision, but they made one that wasn't Leslie Jones as Doctor Doom, which was kind of the biggest surprise for me. So
Leslie Jones.
That would have been great.
Is that a 2016 joke? Dang, he brought it forward. He's living in the same time period.
Apparently, they were thinking of making her Dr. Doom.
That's not true. There's no way that's true.
I don't know.
Leslie Jones, the black chick from Ghostbusters?
Yes, from SNL, yeah.
No, yeah, they're not making her Dr. Doom. That's not happening. She's not even, like, in culture anymore. I haven't heard about her since 2016. Which is where this guy lives.
yes. So we have one subsidiary.
Does X-Ray Girl say
because
anything
they were
ever?
Forced to, and it's the biggest. It's the biggest franchise
She
in
just
Hollywood
said.
right now, kind of changing.
No,
but it's not going to be enough, Chris. You talked about the Purge. The Purge that happened at Marvel.
Purge.
All of Hollywood needs to be purged. Like, for this to change, every corporation needs to go through what Twitter went through. It does. It's so poisoned at this point. And even if they, like, things were definitely changing,
dumb.
Chris.
He's
They were
so
like,
dumb.
Yo,
some aspects of Hollywood were.
He's so
you
dumb.
You sound like me yesterday when I was listening to it.
Let's keep these Goliath corporations that eat up all the smaller ones. Let's keep them around, but just change who's running it. Like, are you fucking crazy?
He's a prisoner. He's a prisoner to his. He's like willingly a prisoner.
Oh my
He's
god.
willingly set for himself, bro.
Oh
He
my
wants to. He chose his own prison. He lived within it. He just wants to decorate it and make it nice for him. Maybe get a couple special perks, free food, free tacos on Tuesday or something. Like, that's his fucking dream. This guy, and he's selling himself, except he's getting paid for it. But if I was to take him at his word that he's about this, he's selling himself and anybody following him down the river.
Yes, he is. Oh my god. Does he not understand how this works, bro? Does he not get it, bro?
I I I hope he doesn't, because if he does, man, it's dark.
Like,
He blabs too. I think he blabs too much. Like in these instances, I don't think there's a script behind it, but I could be wrong.
oh my god.
There's definitely shitty scripts.
Like, I hope he knows that if Elon Musk took over Amazon, it's still Amazon. He'd probably change the name, but it's still operating the same fucking way, you idiot. Well, they're not banning right-wing people. Like, okay. But the creepy shit Amazon does, they're still doing. Underpaying workers, all this, all that shit's gonna continue, bro. The god tier creator who's in love with comic books that you're looking out for gets stomped out before he gets started, bro, because he can't. No one will greenlight his movie. They can pay these other people way cheaper, all on and on and so forth. Like there's like, like holy shit, why do we need a brand new up and coming writer when we just have this guy who did a couple TV shows? We'll just hire him instead. Is that going to change because of identity politics? That's not fucking changing. Until you like really call it, like whatever sucks. Until you actually do that based on quality, like, oh, the writing is bad. That's why it's not good. Oh, shit. The idiots in the corporate office like, well, fuck, we gotta get writers now. Writers that can write. We need to actually find those guys. To me, that's not even a solution. That's just like, at least you're moving towards a direction towards quality instead of this nonsense I'm hearing. Like, holy shit. Oh, God. You can love the Russos, but they're not that good. They're not that level, bro.
No.
Are they Nolan? No. And Nolan's not the only man that can write fucking movies, bro, or direct movies. He's not the only one. There's plenty of them out there. There's up and comers. There's young people that are creative. You're not looking for them. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. This is so idiotic, man. You need to replace the CEO with a different CEO. It's still fucking Disney, you idiot.
There needs to be a purge, Jordan, a purge. That's what's gonna fix this.
Holy shit. Does he watch fucking indie movies at all? Does he look for the next creative? Or does he hope his friends are gonna make them? Does he hope fake alcoholic critical drinkers are gonna fucking like, oh, he wrote these books, they're gonna make them into what, Reacher? Reacher again? The John Reacher is a brand new thing we never heard of before. John Reacher. Like, so who are you looking for? Holy fuck, bro. Like, this dude doesn't look for creators, but he's like, where's all the creators at? The corporation's doing this and identity politics are doing that. Doesn't actually look for, like, creators. Like, oh, this guy's really talented. He made this small movie. I recommend it to everyone. Like, he doesn't do that shit, does he?
No.
He'll do it for his friends. Or someone who's on a guest appearance on Tim Pool's podcast. Or some film studio from fucking Daily Wire. They're shitty fucking movies. They're horrible fucking films. Like comically bad movies.
He did it for what's that shit? The Jim Caviezel shit. He did it for that.
Sound of Freedom.
Wow,
Guess what? There was nothing but politics behind that, from the people who made it to what the actual movie is about.
Do you agree with it, Jordan? Don't you get it? That's all it takes. He agrees with it.
Holy fuck! If you can't peep the logic here, like something's wrong with you, man. If I'm saying this to like anyone that actually hears this, which I'm sure not a lot of people will. Well, whoever hears this, like, is this not like logically look at it? Let's keep Disney the way it is. Just replace, the CEO. It's like, what? Like, who's gonna be the writing replacements? Like, let's be real. Artists are weirdos, so a lot of the talent have nothing to do with fucking or are already putting gay characters and multiculturalism and all that shit in their fucking movies. Who do you think the fucking Matrix is? Cyberpunk weirdos. They made the Matrix, bro. Cyberpunk weirdos made the fucking Matrix. Oh my god. Anyways. Fucking DiCaprio does fucking speeches at the UN, you idiots. You dum-dums. Anyways, here we go.
We're recognizing what's going on.
By the way, I've seen the last Mel Gibson movie. He's not helping you, bro. He's not helping you out. Not with that shit.
With Mark Wahlberg?
No, this shit with fucking 50 Cent in it, bro. The fucking... He's like a detective. He's like barely in it.
No, he's got a new one with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, shit.
And it sounds bad, bro. It sounds bad.
Well, this other one was... I guarantee it has to be worse.
Okay.
It has to
no,
be.
yeah, I saw a little bit. I did see a little bit of that one. The Mel Gibson.
Okay. I mean, my God, like, what are you doing here, Mel? What's going on? I understand 50 Cent, but what are you doing?
This one looks like it has a lot more money behind it than Mark Wahlberg one.
Money had nothing to do with that piece of fucking trash, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Well,
they had enough
I
money.
didn't say it was going to be good. I'm just saying.
They had enough money to do something creative, and they didn't do anything with it. So, anyways, here's the moral of the story, kids. Go out there and find the fucking real artists. They're out there, bro. Someone will eke through the system somehow and get a look. Because we already buy these corporations that he so loves, apparently, so much. Maybe not the people working there, but just change out the people and then we're good. These guys who buy up all these smaller fucking little indie house, art house fucking films and production companies and all that shit. Like, yeah. That will continue based on his idea of things. Anyways, here we go.
And wanting to change. Here's the big problem.
Just be happy for Angel
We're in
Studios
election year now.
Mm-hmm.
If they're able to pull off some of this shit.
Back, I think. Well, hopefully I'm wrong.
For now.
Without being owned by Disney or Warner Brothers.
I mean, no Eternals 2, no Shang-Chi 2. Even though they had like tags and endings for all those movies. I mean, I was joking they should have that character from Luis from Ant-Man just explain all the loose ends in some funny montage. Because there are so many dumb loose ends, and I don't know that anyone cares. The biggest one at the end of Ant-Man with the Coliseum of Kangs, right? Like
they're gonna.
Okay, is he done with the dumb shit? Is that it for him?
No, he's not.
Oh my god.
He's not. But I mean, if you want to end it there, yeah, he didn't even get into the review yet.
Review of what? The Rings of Power trailer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you do that separately.
Yeah, and this one,
Oh my god. Like I said, moral of the story, kids. Look for great art. Even if it hurts your canonized, characters that you love. Like, this is specifically for comic book fans that are all of a sudden movie fans. Even if they don't canonize your character the exact way you fucking want to, watch the quality of the movie. Now, this is by no means saying Captain Marvel is a great fucking movie just because, no, it has nothing. But it has nothing to do with Brie Larson being the lead. Brie Larson can act her ass off, by the way. She can act, can actually act, but she's doing a stupid role, probably for money, right? So it's like, yo,
yeah.
Judge the quality of the oh, this movie fucking sucks. Simple. But if Captain Marvel was, Cabrini, it was done Cabrini style, that one little smaller film, it's pretty big as its scope and size of it to me. But, it's a kind of an indie movie. Even though it looked pretty big budget, kind of. But whatever. Point is, if they give you a story like that, like quality-wise, then you should be happy. Regardless of what Brie Larson says in an interview. She's like, yeah, all men are toxic. If she says that in a fucking interview, but she acts her tits off and the script is awesome and the directing is great, like the fucking movie. That means it's good. Call it a good movie. You may not like her politics. You may not like they changed Silver Surfer into a fucking chick. You may not like that. Fine, say I don't like that, but the movie was fucking awesome. It's kind of easy to do. Don't become an idiot like this guy. He was like, yeah, you're right. He's stepping on his own toes with some of these statements, bro. If these were actually came to fruition, he'd be stepping on his own toes. As far as what he states that he wants. What he says out loud. I don't know what he really wants. But what he says out loud, he's stepping on his own fucking toes. Clear as that. Alright. Anything you want to say, Anthony, before I end this?
Nah, you said it perfectly.
All right.
Be aware. Be aware of who you follow.
Yeah, honestly watch some. Just honestly do it. Don't fucking walk in with a fucking agenda like you think the movies are doing. Or some of these movies, obviously, a lot of these movies are doing that. So don't walk in with agendas like them. You're just doing the same shit they're doing, just on the opposite end. Be blatantly honest. This movie fucking sucks. Here's why it sucks. Pretty simple. Or here's why it's good. Here's what I don't like as a fan. But understand, but the film's still good. Like, it's simple. It's pretty simple, but someone apparently needs to explain it to some of these people. So, it is what it is. Enjoy it, kiddies. I dare you to step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Let's talk about it. Anyways, peace out.